Alrighty. Okay. How we going? Nancy, my top matches your little orange N. My top matches. Shall I show you your little orange N? Let me take a picture. Let's show Nancy. Look. Yep, Nancy, look, there's your N. Look. Me and Nancy got the same colour top on. What do you reckon, Nancy? You like it? So, Nancy, you have just... We're not going to talk about the diet. We're going to talk about Priscilla. Today, guys, morning to all of you. We are going to talk about Priscilla. I've been told off that we talk too much about Priscilla. But we have to. We have to. We have to talk about Priscilla. Now, Nancy, just a quick one. You mentioned your arthritis that you've had through your life. I'm telling you now, it will be caused by something you're eating. It will be caused by something you're eating. It could be wheat, or could be vegetable oils. It could be certain vegetables, certain fruits. It could be sugar, chocolate, pasta, rice. It's going to be something that is giving you inflammation, Nancy. Inflammation. And you've had it your whole life because you've had it your whole life. The only thing that will reduce your inflammation that you've had through your life, autoimmune problems, that includes arthritis, is eating the right foods. You need to trust me, Nancy. Trust me. Remove wheat, rice, pasta, potato, bread, sugar, donuts, cakes. Yeah, all the stuff that we all think we need. Get rid of all of it and your arthritis will reduce and improve. Okay? That's my little bit of advice to Nancy. But we're not here to talk about the diet. Hi, Pat. We're going to talk about Priscilla. There's a few things. Now, have any of you noticed on our Defending Elvis Facebook page? Let's have a look. Let's get it up. Should we do it on here? Let's do it on here. It's more interesting. Let's get Facebook up. If it's going to work. Is it logged in or not? So let's go to Defending Elvis. Try to anyway. No, we're not creating a post. Defending Elvis. How do we get it up? Let's try here. Defending Elvis. Is it going to take us there? Look, beautiful Lisa Marie there. Internet's a bit slow, but let me I'll put your comments on here. Right, Rio, shut that door, please. Comments. Let's have a look. Content. Let's get you guys up so I can see your comments. Nancy, you need to trust me. You need to trust me. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to inflammation of the body. Anyway, right. So there was one particular Facebook page, Facebook post. We did a video. There it is there. See that, guys? We did a video. Let me just make sure you're seeing it on your screen. It was just a dog walk, but obviously we spoke about how stubborn Priscilla Presley fans are and that they just don't want to hear the truth. Right, so let me just make sure you guys are getting me okay. Are you getting me okay? I just want to make sure I'm not breaking up and you're getting me okay, guys? Louis, I saw that live you did about Priscilla making so much money when they sold EPE. I was blown away that she's been bleeding Elvis and Lisa her whole life. So true. There has been Facebook wars again. Linda, it's just, well, I'm very fortunate. I'm very fortunate that our Defending Elvis Facebook page has got nearly 4,000 members, and these kind of drawn out arguments to do with Elvis, Priscilla, the Memphis Mafia, etc. Do get a lot of comments. Now we got 100 comments on that post. It says, I think, 384 post reach. I'm not sure what that means. Now, if you remember, guys, yeah, good. So the sounds are good. If you remember, guys, the point of my dog walk yesterday when I discussed Priscilla was that I was just sort of blown away just how stubborn Priscilla fans are. That you really have to break down all the wrongdoing year by year, starting from 1959. We know what went on according to Child Bride, Suzanne Finstad's 1997 book. But no matter what you say to the fans, the Priscilla fan, they're very stubborn. And this is why I did the dog walk. I chose the topic as Priscilla Presley fans are stubborn. Yeah. The reaction has been amazing. Just for a half-hour dog walk, I'm amazed by it. But let me see if we can go on to the comments. It's going to let me. Now, obviously, there's some very stubborn people that are going to stand by Priscilla no matter what. Is it going to let me do it? Let's have a look. Let's see if it lets me go on the comments. 100 comments. Doesn't really matter because I'm not going to read many of them. Now we've got a few people on there that are very stubborn. No matter what anyone says, are just tough. Now, what always amazes me is that these people start off as Elvis fans. They start off as Elvis fans. They may have been Elvis fans for between 10 and 60 years. But they end up Priscilla fans. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense, guys. It's like they're Elvis fans. The person that hurt Elvis the most is Priscilla, but they become Priscilla fans because, in my opinion, they've fallen for the fairy tale that Priscilla did nothing wrong. The marriage was ended because of Elvis, because he took drugs, was unfaithful, even raped her. Yeah, so that's how ridiculous it is. Yeah. So we all know, guys, that this book was a reinvention of the truth. Yeah, it's the fairy tale that really wasn't a fairy tale. It was, if you really break down the facts of the marriage, even before the marriage and after the marriage, everything's a complete joke. So I would never understand why Priscilla fans, I would literally never understand why Priscilla fans, who originally were Elvis fans, now worship Priscilla and treat Priscilla like she is Elvis. Now I'm going to give you some examples now, guys. Let me just I'll just go through a few comments. I'm going to show you some videos of people literally chasing Priscilla down the road like she's Elvis. Even now at age 80. So we've got all the usual people on here defending Elvis, defending Lisa. Because remember, the wrongdoing isn't just Elvis. It's Lisa and Riley as well. Lisa, it massively. Some serious wrongdoing done that we all know about. We've discussed it. This book is proof, in my opinion, of Michael Edwards' sexual abuse allegations that were in the book From Here to the Great Unknown. So we know, guys, we know this book, Priscilla, there was wrongdoing. Her boyfriend sexually abused. His name is Michael Edwards. Allegedly, I have to say allegedly for entertainment purposes, we know from Lisa's words that she was abused by Michael Edwards, Priscilla's long-term boyfriend. She was with him for 67 years. He's even admitted it in this book many times. He keeps saying how much he loved her, loved Lisa Maria, many times in this book. We know that Michael Edwards has admitted it, even though we have to say it's allegations. So come on, guys, we know where we are. So when I go on to these, when I'm looking at this debate, yeah, you know, you got Elvis fans. Right, I'm just going to send the dog upstairs in a minute, otherwise it's going to keep barking. Right, come on, you got to go up. Up, 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 up. No, up. Okay, we're back. We're back. Let's make this room warm. Let's turn the heating on, get the room warm. Feels a bit cold in here. Okay, guys, I'm back. Right, let me just check your comments. Now, I'm warning you guys, this is going to be a long live. We've got a few things to go over. And we are going to be talking about Priscilla a lot. Which, so Nancy, you had a crush on Robert Redford, but I was going to chase on his ex-wife. Really think she's a big celebrity in her own right. What she ever achieved. I agree, Linda, but annoyingly, she is a big celebrity. She's one of the biggest celebrities in the world. She's one of the most famous people in the world. We all know that the only reason Priscilla is such a big celebrity is because of the fact that she married Elvis, that she lived with Elvis in Graceland. There's no other reason. It wasn't because of talent. I will give her some credit. She was a very beautiful woman in the 60s, 70s and 80s and 90s. She stayed beautiful for a long time, didn't she? Until she had her plastic surgery. And I don't want to sound insulting, but of course, Priscilla Presley in her 80s isn't Priscilla Presley 30 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old. So I don't like to demean people. I won't call her names. I won't insult her with plastic surgery comments. I just won't do it. That's not how I defend. We are talking about a human being. Elvis, I think Elvis would want me to defend. He would want me to bring up the wrongdoing of Priscilla, but he wouldn't want me to call her names and insult her. He'd want me to do it with love, with forgiveness, with respect, and I will do that. I'm not here to trash Priscilla. I'm here to expose Priscilla, to expose the lies, to defend Elvis and Lisa. That point of view, not to name call. Okay, guys? Right. Nancy, I'm not being rude. She was a very pretty woman, very pretty, but why would I give two craps if I had her autograph? Doesn't even make sense. Yeah, but Nancy, we're not talking about you, are we? We're talking about the tens of thousands of people that worship Priscilla and will queue up for hours to pay $200 for an Elvis-related signature from Priscilla. I have heard she only charges $100 if it's just to do with like Dallas or is it Naked Gun? But if it's Elvis related, she charges $200. So there's still a lot of money grabbing happening. Hi, Karen. I'm sorry I haven't been around for a while. I had a setback with my health. Prissy makes me angry because of her lies. Karen, don't worry. Don't worry. It's fine. You're very welcome. Welcome back. I hope you're getting better. You know, look up our keto channel, Elvis Presley Fan on Keto. It helps our health. Many of us here are on keto, on carnivore, and our health has improved. We do that on the other channel, Elvis Presley Fan on Keto. So Karen, check it out. Right. So let me just, I'm not going to read all these comments, but the general gist of these comments are that that you have the Elvis fans listing Priscilla's faults. Then you have a few Priscilla fans defending Priscilla like she has done no wrong. Let me see if I can. Let's see if I can just read one. Obviously, we've got Lorraine Chappell. She's a very passionate Elvis and Lisa defender. We have Thea, who, hi Thea, Ospaz, is it Gala? Thea is a Greek Cypriot lady that has been very kind to me. So the general thing is, you've got an argument going on. If you want to, guys, if you want to see it, go on to Defending Elvis Presley Facebook page, which also has a chat. If you look here, you click the chat, and then you can join our chat. Like if we click it now, let's have a look what happens. We click on the chat. Let's see if anyone's on there. So we've got a couple of blocked people that always that like to be on there, which I don't care. If the blocked people want to join want to watch our chats, I have no problem with that. It's fine. So yeah, see, this is the chat. You see, guys, you go on there. You guys are all chatting. You're posting pictures. You're posting videos. Look at that one. Yeah, it's great. Look, there's Tony. Should we play Tony's? Let me put an earphone in. Tony's probably asleep. Let's play Tony's video. Tony saying hello to us. I wonder if I can click on it. Let's have a look. Tony, I hope you don't mind. Now, we love Tony. Now, Tony has had some very serious health problems, even struggled to walk, in serious pain, and the carnivore diet has literally transformed her life. Tony is a very, very successful person in the world of fashion modeling and making clothing for adults and children. She's amazing. Tony, are you there or not? Should we just tell Tony we're here? Let's just tell Tony we're live. Live now. Okay. Right. I think I told everyone anyway, but let's just double check. Yeah, I think right. Okay. Let's click on Tony just so she's thanking Team Elvis for helping her get back to health. She's lost loads of weight. I think she's lost like 25, 30 pounds. Her pain has reduced. She was in serious pain and she's started to walk again. She had a serious horse accident. So we're very proud of Tony, guys. Let's see if it's going to let me. There we go.
And I just want to say thank you guys for everything. We finally got to video stuff and just love you. See you on Defending Elvis.
She's beautiful, isn't she? Tony is beautiful.
We finally got to video stuff and just love you. See you on Defending Elvis.
Love it. Love it. She's so lovely. So lovely. Tony is beautiful inside and out. Beautiful. And I'm so glad she's got her health back to normal. Nancy, this is why we help people get better. Many of the people on Elvis Presley Fan on Keto have got better. Karen, Carolyn, Linda, Pat, there's so many people. So, let me just get your comments back up. Yeah, we are. Aren't we happy for Tony? She's stunning, but I tell you what, guys, she was almost bedridden until she stumbled on our Elvis channel, Team Elvis. And I just mentioned, just in passing, why don't you try the carnivore diet, the keto diet? And not really expecting her to do it. And she's done it. She's been on it now for a few months. And she literally can't believe she's got her life back. She's got her life back. So any of you that are in pain with health problems, please go over to Elvis Presley Fan on Keto and learn about the carnivore diet, the keto diet. It will save your life. And the older you are, the better it is for you, because It really does reverse all health conditions. It takes you off type 2 diabetes. It makes you lose weight fast. You learn to love life again. And the number one thing is you get your energy back that you think you'd lost, and you feel young again. You feel young again. That is the biggie. Okay, right. So I had another brain bleed, which knocked me back. Luckily, it's sealed itself. Walking, talking is a bit of a problem again, but I will get there. Thank you. Oh, Karen, we send you love. We pray for you. But Karen, look up Dr. Ken Berry. I'll put his name on here on YouTube. And I'm telling you, you will be shocked. If you eat the right foods, if you eat keto, you'll be amazed. Your recovery will speed up. Obviously, we have to stop the carbs, stop the sugar, stop the chocolates. The bread, the pasta, potatoes, all that stuff, it's not doing you any good. Bread is not good for you. Cereals are not good for you. So look it up, Karen. You would be amazed how much better you will feel. Hi, Teresa. Right. So I'm going to quickly go to YouTube and I'm going to show you guys, see if I can find it, how Priscilla is treated like Elvis. And then we are going to discuss a post that was posted yesterday that Priscilla has changed her mind about the ending of Sofia Coppola's film. Have any of you seen it? A few of you sent it me. Priscilla has now done a press release that she thinks that the end of the film, Priscilla's film, Sofia Coppola's film, the ending was wrong. Have any of you seen it? The ending was wrong. So Nancy says, I've heard Elvis say how he was railroaded to get married. We don't even remember the people that was at the wedding. I actually heard him say that. Yeah, I agree. He said it to Red West, didn't he? He said it to Red West, in that Red West should not have recorded that conversation. Obviously, it was concerning this book. Elvis was so kind to Red West. After Dave Hebler and Sonny and Red wrote this book, it was a betrayal, but Elvis was still on that secretly recorded phone call by Red West. Elvis was very kind, offering his help and basically saying to him, do what you got to do. Shut the door, please. Do what you got to do. Yeah? Right. So I agree. Okay, now let's just watch, guys. Now, please understand, I don't play these. I'm not a Priscilla hate person. This isn't about hate. I'm not a Priscilla hate channel. I am exposing Priscilla's wrongdoing to defend Elvis, Lisa and Riley, Finley and Harper. So Priscilla, if you ever watch my channel, I'm not trying to hate you and attack you. I'm trying to get you to come to the table and admit your wrongdoing. Admit your wrongdoing. Stop telling the world lies about what really happened. Priscilla, I feel that you have twisted the narrative. You have changed the story to make you seem the victim. You're also giving the public the impression that you were his widow. You're also giving the public the impression that you are still in love with him, that that Elvis is the love of your life, that you deserve to be buried next to him because of your romance with Elvis. It's just completely so far from the truth. There's no way that you're in love with Elvis. Remember, you divorced him. It was officially done in 1973, but you know, for a year you were seeing Mike Stone. You know you were unfaithful after Lisa Marie was born with the dance instructor, when Lisa Marie was just a baby. You know you did wrong to Elvis when it came to being unfaithful within the marriage. You know within the marriage, I'm talking to Priscilla directly. You know that within the marriage, you committed adultery more than once. We've even got evidence that it was more than twice. Now, this is just my opinion for entertainment purposes. We are an entertainment show on YouTube. This is our opinions as well. But you've admitted the unfaithfulness with Steve Peck on page 262 of your book. You've admitted it. We read it out yesterday. Now, you've admitted the Mike Stone unfaithfulness. You've admitted it on interviews. I think you admitted it to Barbara Walters as well, that you left Elvis to go and live with Mike Stone, the karate instructor. So we know that you were not just very unfaithful. Mike Stone, in his interviews, clearly said that you had made up your mind you were going to leave Elvis. You were going to demand a divorce. I know that many say, oh, Elvis wanted the divorce. Elvis wanted the divorce. Elvis is the reason the divorce happened. No. In my opinion, you demanded it. Elvis went along with it. Elvis was trying to do the right thing by you and Lisa. He wanted the public to see him in a certain way. He was a proud man. In my opinion, if Elvis did file for the divorce, he did it to save face because he wanted it to come across like, you know, in the 1970s, you're a very proud person. Yes, I did the divorce. But the truth is, some of you may disagree with me. The truth is, Priscilla demanded that divorce. Mike Stone has said it more than once. Priscilla had made up her mind she was going to get a divorce. When she went to live with Mike Stone and took Lisa Marie with her, she was having a divorce. That's it. There was no in the middle. I'm having a divorce. Elvis doesn't even have a say in it. Yeah? So, my thing with Priscilla is this. There has been so much wrongdoing for the last 40 to 50 years. She needs to own up and go, yeah, I was unfaithful. Yeah, I betrayed him. Yes, I was greedy with the divorce settlements. Yes, I made mistakes with Elvis Presley Enterprises. Yes, the truth is I didn't save Graceland. It wasn't me that opened the Living Museum. There's no way that Priscilla can say Elvis was the love of her life because she had very long relationships. She was with Mike Stone for 3 to 4 years. There's a few others, but then she jumps to Michael Edwards, who abused her daughter, allegedly. He's admitted it in this book many times. It is alleged, it is opinions. So to act like Elvis's widow when you divorced him 5 odd years before he died. You know you had very long-term boyfriends. So you had, like I just said, the affair with Steve Peck. Then you ran off with Mike Stone. There were other boyfriends. Eventually, Michael Edwards, you were with him for 6 years-ish. There's a lot of wrongdoing that happened with Michael Edwards. Allegedly, there was cocaine parties. Allegedly. Even maybe an open relationship. Then eventually, at some point, you move on to Marco Garibaldi. Now, some say you married Marco Garibaldi in a secret wedding. Obviously, you had a child with him. The damage to Navarone is just horrible. I'm so sad that Navarone has become such a damaged person. From being just a normal child, he has become a very damaged person. So I know he gets a lot of hate, but why is he damaged? What happened to that poor boy to become so damaged? This is whenever I see Navarone in his interviews with his drug problems, his drinking problems, and the things that he says, the negative things that he says about Lisa sometimes. I always think, what happened to that boy to become so damaged? What happened? Priscilla, what happened to Navarone to have turned out to be such a damaged young person? You know, Rhea, you need to shut that door. Rhea keeps leaving the door open. Come on, Rhea. You know I'm doing something. Okay. Because it's cold in here. I want the room to be warm. It's bloody freezing. So, I don't hate Navarone. I actually pity him. I feel sorry for him because I think what happened to that poor boy. A very handsome young lad. I'm worried about the parenting that went on with Navarone. Anyway, we're not here to discuss that. So then Priscilla goes on to get her divorce. She has a divorce. Elvis is generous. But no, the greed, she was never going to go back for a second divorce. Then she goes back for another one. She's very, very greedy, almost bankrupting Elvis, in my opinion. We know about the big debt placed on Graceland. You've all heard it before, guys. And then we have all of the wrongdoing that happened after Elvis died. And then you jump forward, we have all of the wrongdoing to to Lisa Marie. The wrongdoing to Lisa Marie. Scientology, squandering of her fortune, of her money. A lot of Lisa Marie's money within Graceland, within Elvis Presley Enterprise, was wasted. Barry Siegel, people like that. Priscilla did, in my opinion, have a big involvement in that. So then we've got Lisa Marie passes. And then Priscilla is there trying to prevent Lisa's children getting their inheritance. The greed is so greedy, Priscilla. So greedy. You couldn't just allow your daughter has died. Died. You've lost Lisa. She's dead. God rest her soul. We all miss her. And instead of just allowing Lisa's wishes that everything goes to Riley, Finley and Harper, her kids, you had to jump in there and stick a fork in the works and argue with Riley. And eventually Riley gave you a load of money, agreed to a few things to get you to go away. This is your daughter's inheritance, your daughter's kids, your grandkids. It's disgusting. It's disgusting behavior. Yeah? I'm bringing this all up for a reason. You've tried to con the public. You have tried to trick the fans into thinking there is this lovely fairy tale. And the reason things went wrong, this fake fairy tale, the reason things went wrong was because Elvis took drugs. Elvis was unfaithful. That you have done no wrong. You are a victim. Priscilla is a victim. This is the con. And you're still doing it now. Even now, today, on 2025, I'm going to read you something where Priscilla is still spinning the web of lies. She's spinning the web of lies. I'm going to read it out to you soon. In a minute, guys, we're going to read it. This is going to be a long live stream. Now, Priscilla, you've been very fortunate. Guys, I am going to read your comments, but I need to say what I'm going to say, yeah? Priscilla, you've been very fortunate. I would say millions of people believe your lies. Millions. Millions of people believe the web of lies that have been spun for the last 50 years, in my opinion. Since the late 70s, there has been some serious lying happening from Priscilla. Twisting of the truth, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes. Now you do, Priscilla, you do have millions of people that fall for it, that believe it. They're there turning up at your Comic-Con event, signing your autographs for cash, attending your personal appearances, paying you a fortune just so they can look at you and be in your presence. And these people talk about you like you are Elvis Presley, like you are this very gifted, talented person that achieved fame through talent. They literally bow down to you, beg you for autographs, beg you to be around them, thank you, praise you for being near them. They talk to you, Priscilla, they talk to you as if you are still Elvis's wife. That's how they talk to you. They talk to you as if you and Elvis were happily in love till the day you died. Till the day he died, till the day Elvis died. Literally. They completely ignore that you've had many relationships, maybe even a secret marriage to Marco Garibaldi. They ignore the fact that, this is the Priscilla fans. They ignore the fact that you whilst you were with Michael Edwards, your boyfriend, the guy off Terminator, the model, the actor, Michael Edwards, whilst you were with him, living with him, with Lisa, sometimes leaving him with Lisa for weeks on end while you pursued your career, your acting, your modelling, etc., promoting products. They ignore the fact that Lisa Marie was abused sexually as an underage child. They ignore it. This is just an opinion, allegedly. They act like it never happened. The Priscilla fans act like Michael Edwards abusing Lisa did not happen. They do. They act like it never happened. The Priscilla fans act as if Priscilla was never unfaithful. Never. The Priscilla fans act as if Priscilla was very kind to Elvis after the divorce. One of the things I keep hearing again and again is that you were friends after the marriage. You were friends after the marriage. It's such a load of crap. After the divorce. Now, I do think initially there was a period just after the divorce where the settlement was very fair. The first divorce settlement I thought was very fair. Elvis was very kind. You may have got on well for the sake of the public, for the sake of Lisa Marie, for the sake of public appearances. I do think Elvis wanted things to look amicable, look fair in front of the world. A very famous man, Elvis Presley. The whole world is watching. So I do think Elvis tried to do the right thing. But when you started going for the second divorce settlement, which was very, very, very greedy and cruel, even placing a lien, even creating a deed of trust to place a lien on Gracelands, you crossed the line. You crossed the line. When you took back the Presley name, which you did agree to not use, you may not have agreed it in writing, but you agreed it. You were going to stop using the Presley name. When you took back the Presley name, you went back on everything that you and Elvis had agreed. You were demanding millions more dollars. You wanted a percentage of his royalties. You wanted a much larger spousal payments, monthly payments. And in my view, you are the biggest reason why Elvis had to sell his recording rights pre-1973 to pay you. And I also believe this. One of the biggest reasons Elvis had no money when he died was because Priscilla had taken it all. The reason Elvis had run out of money when he died was because most of it was paid to Priscilla. Priscilla doesn't say that. Priscilla doesn't say, oh, you know, I was paid an absolute fortune leading up to Elvis's death. So that's why he had no money. She doesn't say that. She gives the impression that Elvis had run out of money because he was giving everyone cars and stuff, buying people homes. Of course, that did have an impact. But no, the large bulk of money that disappeared from Elvis's account was because he had given it to Priscilla. He couldn't afford to pay Priscilla, so he gave it her in installments. He still owed her money when he died. When Elvis died, he still had installment plans. When Elvis died, he still was paying installments to Priscilla. After Elvis died, there was still money owed to Priscilla. This is how ridiculous it was. But Priscilla will sit there in an interview and say, oh, all the money was gone. They were going to sell off Gracelands and break it up into little pieces. I came along and I refused to allow them. And oh yes, I came up with the idea of the Living Museum with Jack Sodden. And we saved the day and we made a fortune. All because of us. No. Memphis City were going to save Gracelands. You know it. The Living Museum idea was not your idea. You know it. They were never going to break up Gracelands. Memphis City wouldn't have allowed it. You didn't save Gracelands. It wasn't your idea to do the Living Museum. You jumped on the bandwagon after Morgan Maxfield and Jack Sodden were already doing it, organising it, getting ready. Memphis City had already drawn up plans to develop the whole area and create a memorial to Elvis. Everyone knew that the Living Museum was going to be a massive success because there were so many thousands of people visiting the graveyard at Graceland. It was a sure thing. It wasn't Priscilla being super smart, a savvy businesswoman, an entrepreneur. It was the Elvis fans that made Graceland a success. Yes, when Morgan Maxfield died, who I think you may have been engaged to temporarily. Unfortunately, he passed in a plane crash. Yes, you went to Morgan Maxfield assistant, Jack Sodden, and you came up with a plan to take advantage of all of the work that had already been done. The plans had already been drawn up for the Living Museum, and the plans had already were at hand with either Memphis City were going to buy Graceland and create a memorial, never break it up, never sell it off. It was never going to be sold off or broken up, ever. The Living Museum was always going to happen, not because of Priscilla. Jack Sodden was involved in it, definitely. Morgan Maxfield was. Memphis City was. It was never Priscilla's idea. This is the con. The public think, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes, that Elvis's image, reputation, legacy, the Living Museum, the saving of Graceland was because of Priscilla. This is bullshit. It was nothing to do with Priscilla. Now, when Vernon died, Priscilla was in a very strong financial position because she was still owed a lot of money from Elvis because of the unpaid installments of the second divorce settlement. So yes, Priscilla was in a position of power. She could step in and say, I'm taking over. She could step in and go, I'm going to launch the museum. She could lie and say, oh, I saved Graceland. Priscilla, again and again, has always said she saved Graceland. She saved Elvis's legacy. The memory of Elvis was saved by Priscilla. She says, even in interviews with Lisa, when she sat with Lisa, she looks over to Lisa Marie and says, oh yes, your father was going to be forgotten if it wasn't for me saving Graceland. She says it again and again, and Lisa believes her. A very young Lisa in her early 20s, late teens, believed Priscilla had saved Graceland, that it was her idea to do the Living Museum. It was Priscilla that saved Elvis Presley's memory. It's such bullshit. We know that the reason Elvis Presley's memory has been preserved, his legacy, is because of, firstly, Elvis, because of this talented man, this beautiful man with a heart of gold that was loved by the world, who had a special connection to his fans, a very religious, spiritual connection with his fans that no one can explain. No one can explain this connection that Elvis had with the people, with the fans, but he had it. That's what saved Elvis. Then the fans saved Elvis's legacy, image, reputation. It's all about the fans, never about Priscilla. Now, in my opinion, Priscilla has spent the last 40 odd years taking full credit for preserving Elvis's legacy. It's bullshit. She harmed him the most. Priscilla Presley, and I'm not saying this hatefully, I don't hate Priscilla. Priscilla Presley has taken full credit for anything good Elvis, but she's also spent her life exposing him as an unfaithful, womanizing, drug addict, controlling groomer. Controlling groomer. Any negative wrongdoing that you want to hear about Elvis will be in this book. This book is a reinvention of the truth. A reinvention of the truth. Priscilla realized that the public are very gullible and will believe everything in this book, even though most of it is not true, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes. This was an opportunity to rewrite history, and she took it, and the public were very gullible. They fell for it. The public fell for it, guys. Anyway, I still haven't read the article out. So guys, I've had my little speech. I now want to show you how ridiculous it is the way that Priscilla is treated like Elvis. Priscilla, who basically has no talent. No, she's not a singer. She has tens of thousands of admirers and followers and worshippers. These people should be Elvis fans, not Priscilla fans. So let's just click on a couple of things.
What's your reaction to the news Tiger Woods will be holding a press conference tomorrow? Is it too soon for him to possibly come out of his exile from golf?
And this one right here.
Does Tiger Woods owes the world an explanation on the state of his marriage?
And I got one more beautiful for Tara.
Thank you.
To David.
Can I get a smile here, please?
Priscilla, I have one more. Priscilla. And this one.
This is Joe.
David.
Is it
Show him the
two
jacket.
Davids?
Yes.
Show him the jacket. Show him the jacket.
Okay, and there's a jacket. This is from 1984.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Program.
Oh. But I was thinking you signed it?
No. Look the jacket. Look, I got one.
Good for you. That's really good.
Yeah.
This is Joe.
Right.
Right? Thanks, Mike.
And
Priscilla, right here, please. Can I get a smile here? Priscilla, thank you.
one more this way, Priscilla, please. Priscilla, this way, please.
Thank you
Right
so
this way.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
Thank you.
Right, okay. So guys, I am going to break this into 2 videos because we're nearly at an hour. We're going to stop and start because I don't like the videos to go on for too long. So let's keep going. Okay. So what am I trying to show you guys? I'm trying to show you that she is treated like Elvis. Look at the people there with their pictures of Elvis asking for autographs. Let's do some more, guys.
Just one, thank you. Really appreciate your time, Priscilla. Priscilla.
Please, Priscilla.
Right, I'll just pause it there. Right, you see the picture there? It's Priscilla, Elvis, and Tom Jones. Okay, I mean, I've heard rumours that Tom Jones was too close to Priscilla, but I don't want to say that's true because it's just a rumour. But guys, do you see what's happening here? This is very recent, yeah? This is Priscilla being mobbed by fans and treated like Elvis Presley. How is that right? How is it right that a woman that betrayed Elvis, that has done so much wrongdoing to his daughter Lisa, that wrote a trash book about Elvis, that this book exposed that Lisa was being abused by Michael Edwards, Priscilla's boyfriend. Priscilla was the parent in charge of Lisa Marie. She was the responsible parent to keep Lisa Marie safe. Yeah? She was the responsible parent. She had to keep Lisa Marie safe. She didn't. She was being abused, allegedly, for entertainment purposes, just opinions, by Michael Edwards, the model, the actor. Yeah? A 36-year-old man who was in love with his the 12-year-old daughter of Elvis and Priscilla. Now you look at this, what we're watching now, and I'll show you a few more. Why is Priscilla Presley being treated like Elvis? Why is it 48 years after Elvis died, over 50 years after Elvis and Priscilla divorced? Remember the circumstances of the divorce. Remember the circumstances of the unfaithfulness. When Priscilla was unfaithful with Mike Stone, she secretly was seeing Mike Stone, the karate champion, for a year while she was living with Elvis, whilst they had a 3-year-old child, Lisa Marie Presley. Why 50 years later are people chasing Priscilla down the road for autographs? Why does Priscilla get hero worshipped by Elvis fans? This is my point, guys. This is Elvis fans. The world's gone mad. The world's turned upside down. Why is it happening? Why is Priscilla being treated as if she is something special when we know, as fans, we know the damage she did to Lisa and to Elvis and now to Riley? Because you imagine how Riley felt when her mum died, poor Lisa Marie died, God rest her soul. And then you've got Priscilla in there straight away contesting Lisa Marie's wishes that she wanted everything, her inheritance to go to her children. And then the grandmother, Lisa's daughter, is jumping in there and saying, I want money. I want money. She's even accusing the documents that were created by Lisa, giving authority to allow the inheritance to go to Benjamin Finley Harper Riley. Obviously, Benjamin has passed, God rest his soul. You got the grandmother, Lisa's mum, trying to stop Lisa, her daughter, from giving her inheritance to her own children. And Riley had to fight that. Riley, Priscilla's granddaughter, Lisa's daughter, had to then fight that. And there's a possibility that Bridget Cruz was involved in that process. This is why I have issues with Bridget Cruz. We need to know the involvement. The fans want to know. The fans want to know if Bridget Cruz got involved with the decision to allow Priscilla to be buried in the meditation garden. Of course, we want Bridget to win her lawsuit against Priscilla, but we also want to know any wrongdoing that went on before Bridget fell out with Priscilla. So Bridget, if you're watching my program, we want you to win your lawsuit, but we also want to expose any wrongdoing that went on between you and Priscilla concerning Elvis before you fell out, before you had the falling out of the lawsuit. We want the truth. We want the truth. Anyway, I don't want to talk about Bridget in this video because it's, this is about Priscilla. Yeah? So let me keep playing it, guys.
Marv, thank you.
Not in the face, guys. Come.
Thank you very much. Priscilla, please.
Please, if I could just have your name.
Thank you. Just at the bottom there. There you go.
Priscilla on the bottom.
Yeah, there you there.
So right, okay. So look at this. Look, they're doing it in slow motion. They're doing it in slow motion. Yeah? She's signing a picture of her and Elvis, Priscilla and Elvis, on their wedding day. Now remember, we've done our research here. Elvis, under pressure, in my opinion, got married to Priscilla. Remember, they got engaged December 1966. May the 1st, 1967, they got married. Now we know around March 1968, Priscilla was unfaithful to Elvis with the dance instructor Steve Peck when Lisa Marie was only months old, still in her nappies. Now look at the picture she's signing of this so-called fairy tale. This is where the public have been conned. That picture, that iconic picture, the public, many of the public, Elvis fans and non-fans, completely believe that that picture is reality. That picture isn't reality. It was a rushed marriage. Elvis was under pressure from many sources. It could have been Priscilla's parents. It could have been Vernon. It could have been Colonel Tom Parker. It could have been Elvis's moral compass where he was a religious man. He wanted to do the right thing. It could have been Elvis just feeling guilty because Elvis did have a lot of girlfriends leading up to them getting engaged. I'm not going to whitewash Elvis. Elvis did have a lot of girlfriends through the 60s while he was making movies. But once they got engaged, he became faithful. Once they were married, he became faithful. When Lisa Marie was born, he was faithful. He wanted to be a good husband, a good father. As soon as Elvis found out that Priscilla had been unfaithful months after Lisa Marie was born, everything fell apart. Everything fell apart. The marriage was over. Now remember, they got married in May 1967. The unfaithfulness was around March 1968. The marriage didn't even last 1 year. The marriage didn't even last 1 year. You got it, guys? So then it gets worse. They have a fake marriage for 18 months. And then Michael Stone comes along and she runs off with Mike Stone. She runs off with Mike Stone, takes Lisa Marie with her. Takes Lisa Marie with her. Drags Lisa Marie into a new home. Lisa Marie has to live with a stranger. Lisa Marie is dragged away from her father, Elvis Presley. Could you imagine the damage that did? How horrible that was. Not just to a small 3-year-old being dragged away from her father. Don't forget, my son is 4. He would have known. My son at 3 years old would have known if he was taken away from me. Yeah? So then you've got, imagine how Elvis felt. Imagine how Elvis felt. He's committed everything to Priscilla. He said, yep. Let's do it. Let's get married. Let's do it. Or he's fulfilled all his promises. Yep, let's get engaged. Yep, we'll have a marriage. The marriage was publicized around the world. They get pregnant the night of the wedding. Elvis finally goes, okay, I'll do it. He didn't want to. We know that Elvis didn't want to get married, but he does it. He fulfills every promise he made to Priscilla. Yeah? Well, supposed promises, because we don't really know what Elvis promised. He may have just been blackmailed into it. He may have never made that promise. He may have, hi Joanne. Joanne, I just got your comment. Hi Joanne. He may have never made the promise. We're given the impression that he gave the promise to Priscilla's parents, that he would one day marry her. We're told that Elvis said that he would one day marry Priscilla to Priscilla. We don't know if it's true. It's her words. It's her words. You will never see any proof of Elvis saying to Priscilla that one day he would marry her. There's no proof. So Elvis fulfills all his promises, and what happens? What happens? She's unfaithful to Elvis within months of Lisa Marie being born. It's in the book. It's very detailed in page 262 of this book. Not only was she unfaithful with him months after Lisa Marie was born, just a baby in nappies, she also said she couldn't stop thinking about Steve Peck every day, even when she was living with her husband, Elvis Presley. All she could think about was Steve Peck, the dance instructor. Living with Elvis, a new marriage, not even a year married, around a year they've been married, and she's at home thinking about Steve Peck sexually. Sexually, she's sat with Elvis and her newborn baby, who is only 3 months old-ish, beautiful Lisa Marie in her nappies. Elvis is holding Lisa Marie. He adores her. Elvis adores Lisa Marie. Little did he know, until he did find out, whilst he sat there with Priscilla in their marital home, in their lovely, beautiful home that Elvis had bought for Priscilla to keep her happy. As far as I know, it was a different home because Priscilla didn't like living at Gracelands. In the beautiful home, holding the baby, Priscilla is just thinking about shagging Steve Peck. She admits it in the book. She admits it in the book. That is how disgusting it is. What did Elvis do wrong? Seriously, what did Elvis do wrong? Think about it, guys. What did Elvis do wrong? He fulfilled his promise. Yes, he had different girlfriends through the 60s, but she moved to Graceland knowing that he was that Elvis lived as a single man. To anyone that thinks Elvis was unfaithful to Priscilla, no. He lived as a single man for a start. He didn't see her for 2 years. After initially meeting her just as a friend in Germany, he then didn't see her for 2 years. She eventually moves over when she's nearly 18 to Graceland. Elvis had girlfriends. Priscilla moved over in the hope that Elvis would settle down. Elvis would be faithful. Elvis would only want one woman. How was a man in his 20s, the most beautiful man on the planet, a man who loved women in his early 20s, in his mid-20s, how was a man like that going to be faithful to anybody in the 1960s, not married, not engaged, no children? Why would he be faithful? She wasn't his proper girlfriend. She hoped she would be one day. It wasn't until 1966 December when they got engaged where Elvis said, right, I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to try and be faithful. I'm going to try and be loyal. I'm going to be a good father to Lisa. Then Elvis changed. But within a year of the marriage, Priscilla is the unfaithful one. Does the world know this? Does the world know that Priscilla was the unfaithful one? And that's what ended the marriage. And then she does it again with Mike Stone, the karate champion, around 18 months later. Now remember, once Priscilla had been unfaithful with Steve Peck, the marriage was over. So yes, Elvis went off. He was seeing Susan Henning. You can see them on video on YouTube on the 68 comeback special. She had had a baby. Susan Henning had had a baby. So this bullshit rumor that Priscilla made up, in my opinion, that Elvis wouldn't sleep with a woman that had had a child is crap. Is crap. Elvis had no problem with sleeping with a woman that had a child. It is another lie. The next woman Elvis saw after Priscilla had had a child. So Priscilla trying to tell the world that Elvis was not interested in her sexually because she'd had a child is bullshit. Lisa Marie was only 2-3 months old. So of course they didn't have sex for the first 2 or 3 months. Priscilla would have been still healing. Remember, when you have a child, it takes months to heal from the birth. That's why they didn't have sex. But then when she's ready for sex, she's having sex with Steve Peck, the dance instructor. Elvis refused to sleep with Priscilla because she had been unfaithful. I repeat, Elvis refused to sleep with Priscilla because she had been unfaithful. So why is Priscilla treated like this? She's signing autographs. She's signing autographs, a picture of the day they got married, even though we all know she had many relationships with Marco Garibaldi. It was 22 years she was with him, but she still calls Elvis is the love of my life. Elvis is the love of my life. It doesn't make any sense. Why is it whenever Priscilla is interviewed on any program, she is treated like Elvis's widow? Why should Priscilla be allowed to be buried next to Elvis when she did all this damage, when she was unfaithful, when she divorced Elvis? She hadn't been with Elvis for 5 years when he died. It doesn't make sense. The world's gone mad. When does an ex-wife get buried next to their ex-husband? When does that happen? I've never heard of it. I've never heard of a divorced couple being buried next to each other, ever. When does a dead daughter inheritance, Lisa's inheritance that she wanted to give to her kids, go to the grandmother? Since when does the grandmother get possessions, money, inheritance of the daughter when the daughter has 3 living children, Finley, Harper, Riley? It doesn't make sense. Why do the public ignore the fact that one of Priscilla's boyfriends, Michael Edwards, molested Lisa Marie, Priscilla's daughter, for years? For years. It went on for years. 5 to 6 years. It's all in here. None of this makes sense. None of this makes sense. I'm going to play a bit more of this. We're going to end this in a sec. We're going to come straight back for a part 2. But let me just play a bit more. You see how ridiculous that is? You see how crazy that is? Look at the pictures, guys. Let me go back. You've got bodyguards and fans are surrounding Priscilla. Let's see if we can find a bit more. She has the world brainwashed. Let's see if we can find another one. I mean, I've seen enough, to be honest with you, because those 2 was enough. Look, here we go. Let's find another one, guys. She literally is treated like Elvis. She literally is treated like she is something very, very special. Let's see if we can find some more, guys. What can we find? Let's see if we, right, here we go. Here's one here. Remember, the reason I'm showing you this is to show you just how upside down the world has become. I've just listed a lot of wrongdoing from Priscilla. Not from hate. I'm exposing truth. I come from truth. Why is this woman being treated like godlike? Like Elvis? Why? She's not his widow. She's his divorcee. She did a lot of wrongdoing towards her daughter, Lisa, Elvis's daughter. She's had many, many other lovers. She didn't sing. She didn't make Elvis movies. She has portrayed Elvis incorrectly and told many lies. One of the lies is that she was a virgin on the night of the wedding. This is another lie that she's been telling for the last 40 odd years. We've proved that she was not a virgin on the night of the wedding, but she has been telling the world the fake fairy tale that she lost her virginity to Elvis on the night of the wedding. And that's 9 months later, Priscilla was born. It's bullshit, guys. Lisa said she was not a virgin on the night of the wedding. She has been on Piers Morgan saying it. I've seen her on quite a few interviews saying that she lost her virginity to Elvis on the night of the wedding. We know it's not true. We know she's been lying for 40 years. We have proved that Priscilla lies. We've proved it.
Miss Presley?
Miss Presley?
Would you mind signing?
Miss Presley? Hi, Chris.
I really have a healthier job with your issues. I'm not hearing you. He's not responsive, and that's not normal. Where is he?
She want to see him. She'll just bring him on the corner.
He doesn't look happy to me. Truly. Is it your dog? Why do you take him around like that? No. Why do you take him looking like that with clothes and with shoes on? He's not working.
Hey, Miss Presley, mind signing? Sam?
This lady wants to take a photo.
Sam?
And to Dan, right above it, to Dan.
Okay, your hand to my face though.
Phil? Phil? Phil?
Yeah, okay, all right.
So the point of me playing, I mean, she looks like she's just told someone off, but remember, the point of me playing this is to show you guys that it's just crazy how she's treated. Look at her. She even with the dark glasses on, it's like, I'm something special. I'm Elvis. Hey, come and get my autograph. Yeah. And she's signing pictures of Elvis. Of Elvis, the man she divorced. In 1973, it was officially divorced. The man she was unfaithful to. The man who his daughter was abused while she was parenting Lisa.
Can I get to a few, Presley? Which is crazy. I didn't even hit you in the face. I'm trying to cause a scene, man.
Look at the crowds of photographers. Crowds of photographers and some fans. It's just madness.
Bro. Fucking 9 hours, bitch. My bad, man.
And to Chris to your right.
Ken right here. Ken, yeah. I can get out.
It's just so wrong. Do you know what? I feel sorry for Elvis. I feel sorry for Elvis. He'll be looking down now from heaven going, oh my God, what happened? How did this person become the boss of Gracelands for 40 years? How has this person been treated like royalty for 40 years? This person that betrayed me, that was unfaithful to me, and it's coming out now. It's coming out now that she was unfaithful more than the times that we discussed. There were other men, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes, that there were other men that she was unfaithful with. Many are rumoured now. Yeah? Don't forget, Elvis would be looking down now going, what went wrong? She was in control of Gracelands. She sold off Elvis Presley Enterprises. She rented Gracelands to Elvis Presley Enterprises. So even Gracelands doesn't now belong, the business doesn't belong to the family. 85% of the Graceland business was rented. They paid the rent up front. So now there's no rent being paid now to Elvis Presley Enterprises. Riley retains the ownership of the building and 15% of Elvis Presley Enterprises. She doesn't control Gracelands. The whole thing's just crazy. It makes no sense.
And then, and the next one to Chris, Miss Presley.
So, how you doing?
Chris.
So look, I think Linda said, I reckon she had 2 affairs. Linda, I'll tell you what, I've been doing some information, some research recently, and I tell you what, it could be more. It could be 5 or 6. Seriously. Remember, I've been talking behind the scenes with a few people. Yeah, people you'll be surprised. There's things I've been told recently that you guys, I can't tell you, but it wasn't just Steve Peck. It wasn't just Mike Stone. Yeah, so let's just see if these people allow me to tell you guys. But it was more than 2 people.
Can I get you back here, Priscilla? So, can you put on a scratch plate? I didn't get one yet. Thank you. No, you can write my name on it. Steve? You can write my name on it. It's for me. Can you just write my name on it?
Yeah, but if I write your name on it, you're going to sell it. Your name?
I'm not going to sell it if my name is on it.
Well, you can wipe it off and just...
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
She's actually having a bit of an argument because it annoys her that someone's going to sell it.
Exactly, because the next time they get over the shoulder.
I just think, why does she care? Who cares if he sells it? Let him make some money. Now, Elvis wouldn't have said that. Elvis wouldn't have said, oh, you know, I'm not going to put my name on it in case you sell it. Elvis would have just happily signed the autograph. Elvis doesn't think about other people benefiting from him selling pictures. Elvis just wanted to keep people happy and please the fans. She's there trying to prevent that guy from making a few quid out of selling an autographed picture. This is the greed.
I'll grab it. I'll grab it.
Do you want me to do this or no?
You don't want to shoot it?
You can't just put my name on it.
Your name on it. Why is it just your name on it?
Look, she's doing it now. She's doing it now.
What?
L-U-E. Thank you. I appreciate it. I couldn't make it out this morning. I appreciate it.
L-U-E?
Yeah. Can you write your name?
No. She said,
It's for me.
no, right?
I only want you to sign one. I just got one. I'll grab the mark. My mark. Hi, Brian.
Okay, I've done enough. Right, so guys, what we're going to do, let's just get you up. So, guys, I'm going to come straight back and do a part 2. We're going to end this. I'm going to come straight back and do a part 2, literally within a minute. Okay, so can you all come straight back on the next one? I'm just going to make a coffee and then come straight back. Is that okay? Do we have a deal with everyone? I'm going to literally be 3 minutes. There's just enough time to make a coffee, then I'm going to come back. Is that okay? And we're going to do a part 2. I've got a lot more to go through. I've got a lot more to go through, guys. Yes, Emily, yes, I did. Yes, I'll read it out on part 2, yeah? Emily, I'm going to read it out on part 2. So we're going to stay here on defending Elvis. We're going to stay here on defending Elvis, okay, guys? And we're going to do a part 2. Okay? Okay, guys, I'm just going to make a coffee and I'll be back.